Alright, so today we are going to do a pod review on this pepper right in the back. And you probably can't see it, but they're hanging back there with their little red pods over there. That is called the Redgum Nagabrain. Okay, so here we are. We're going to pick these Nagabrains off of here. And I can certainly guarantee you they are going to be very, very hot. Hopefully they don't have any insects, holes in them. The ones that actually fell. These are a couple of small ones. These didn't get the blackening in it because they're just simply not exposed to the sunlight enough. So, unfortunately, you're not going to see the blackening on that. They're kind of just going to ripen red like this. But let me give you a couple viewing angles of some of these. There are some bug bites on them. Another one here. We'll bite this one up. You can see how it's starting to get that smoky tone to it. It needs sunlight to get that patchiness. Alright. Yeah, I know I do that a lot. You'll see me kind of move around like this because I try to get stills and snapshots. And so you're taking a ride with me on this one. And you get to see. And a lot of these are taken and then put on the website. I think we're going to work with this one today. And we're going to do a pod review on this one because it's a lot smaller. And I really don't want to get cooked alive. It's like about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't really eat breakfast, and oh man, I know this is going to do a number on me this early in the morning, but we'll try it anyway. I'll take a bite off the end. If it's too hot, I'll just simply spit it out, you know. Alright, so that's it. Let's turn you around and give it a go. Alright guys, so here it is, the Redgum Nagabrain. Now, I bought this pepper originally from a company on the internet called Mojo Peppers, and I don't believe he's in business anymore, or he has his website. Maybe he'll open up a new website, but until then, I don't think you're going to be able to get these peppers anymore or anywhere on the internet. I'd basically be the only one offering the seeds, and so I will offer them while I have them. Don't know how long I'm going to offer them for, but I will offer them nonetheless. Now, as you can see on the cap, there's a little bit of redness coming out of that cap. I just noticed that. And so that is kind of falling into that red gum, the bubblegum type of feature. Now, bubblegum type features in general are the calyxes, which is the cap on there. The calyxes tend to take on the color of the pepper, and sometimes it goes all the way up the stem, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes just the very tip of the calyx. But this one's actually exhibiting some of that feature, so I would imagine this pepper was probably crossed with a bubblegum, and that means this thing is going to be absolutely brutal. But we're going to give it a go anyway. We'll see how far we can get into this. So without any further ado, let's give it a go. This is probably going to be creeper. There's no heat coming out right away. It's got this floral tone. Very hard to swallow my saliva. Wow, that thing it's weird. It's not so much that it's hot, but it's already triggering an adrenaline response in my body. My body's sensing that there's something going to happen here. Now, I did spit the very last part of it out, but I did gulp down a good gulp of the saliva with the mash in it. So we'll see how I can handle that. Right now, it's a creeper heat. It's not coming in all at once. That's a very, very good sign that it's a good hot pepper, but be very careful with these peppers because some of these peppers, when they're creepers like that, you don't know the heat for sometimes as much as a minute later. And then you're going to find out, like I might be on this camera. So I feel the heat coming in now. I feel it coming in now. It's starting to work its way. I'm not heat cupping, but I did take a good gulp of that saliva down after I chewed it up. I basically spit the skins out. I don't want to swallow those skins. You know, I'm on camera, so I can't swallow them. But I feel the heat coming in now, guys. I feel it coming in. It's got that bubblegum type of creeper effect, this thing. Wow. It's getting stronger. No hiccups though. That's a good sign for me anyway. So once I start getting the hiccups, I gotta, you know, I gotta be ready for the worst. Sometimes you eat these peppers, you get what's known as it's like an auditory response. It's an automatic response, and the first thing your body wants to do is eject whatever you just put in it. A lot of people will refer to that as projectile vomiting. Projectile vomiting is not something that's, you know, going to happen. You're going to get ready for projectile vomit. You don't even feel nauseous or anything. Your body expels it instantaneously. That can happen by automatically. I've had that happen to me. It's a very strange type of effect. You don't even know it's going to happen. It's like an instantaneous fountain coming out of your mouth, and you're kind of like, as it's happening, like, what's going on here? You don't even realize what's happening. It's automatic, and it's instant, and you don't have any control of it because it's not something that you're going to have control of. It's an instant response your body does. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Had it happen, I really don't like that at all. But you want to be ready for it when it does happen, so it goes out of your mouth and not up into your nasal cavity, because I can guarantee you're going to have a bad day after that, especially after eating this thing. Okay, so the heat is really hot, but because I spit the skins out, I'm going to take some of the numbers off as far as the level of heat. The flavor was really good. It had a nice, very nice type of bubblegum type flavor. The bubblegum pot, the 7-pot bubblegum flavor has that 7-pot flavor. I really like that. It has a nice flavor in that range. The heat is definitely creeper. As far as the level of the heat, right now with this pepper, I'm sure with some of my peppers that are coming off outside with the heat stress that it's getting and the sun stress, I'm pretty confident that those peppers are going to be absolutely brutal, probably 3 times the heat of this. So I'm actually getting off the hook early, eating a little one that's not so hot. The heat on this particular one, I'll probably put this heat somewhere between 20 and maybe 30,000 on the Scovilles. It's not that big of a deal. But I guarantee you, this pepper here has the potential to easily go to 500,000 to 750,000 on the Scoville. I'm just eating a light one that's been sitting on the plant for... that pepper's basically came out like in May. And we're like mid-July now. So this has been sitting on there since May. They just turned red like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I just left them there. I really don't want to go out in there and eat these things raw. But, so the heat is creeper, so you don't know that it's going to come in when you eat it. So you might be stuffing these things down your mouth. You're like, oh, dude, that's easy, man. Chomping them down. You're going to be sorry you did that. And this is the typical scorpion 7-pot creeper. It takes time to build, and when it hits you, it's too late once it's down in your stomach. So whatever happens afterwards, it's a done deal. That's why a lot of times I'll test the pepper. I'll eat half of it and chew it up a little bit, swallow some of the saliva, and spit it out. And I do that because I want to see how I'm going to react to the pepper first. I'd rather just take the burn in the mouth and stuff it down into my stomach and find out I'm going to be projectile vomiting because it's too hot. So you got to handle these things with caution. But it's a nice pepper. I like the flavor. It has that typical scorpion 7-pot flavor. 7-pots are a little different than scorpions as far as flavors go. So it's kind of in between that, to be honest with you. 7-pots aren't as fruity most of the time. They're fruity a little bit, but not that fruity. Whereas scorpions are a little bit more fruitier than that. Not quite as fruity as a habanero per se, but they do have like more fruitier than the 7-pot. This is kind of a little bit in between the 7-pot and scorpion as far as the fruitiness goes, and that fruity, flowery overtone, floral tone, whatever you want to call it. Has that flavor to it, and that kind of... It's actually still sticking around a little bit, actually, in my mouth. Still kind of hanging around at the back of my mouth a little bit. So that tells me it has that spicy effect, like a fatale, which I call the fatale effect. It has that strong fatale aftertaste effect that it has, where it sticks around the back of your tongue a little bit, but lightly, not as strong as a fatale. It has that. It has it a little bit. It's sticking around. Will it stay a long time doing that? I don't know. But this pepper has definitely got my sinuses running, and It's burning my lips more than anything right now. It's burning my lips, top of my tongue, around the side of my tongue, a little bit into the back of the throat, and that's it. But then again, you know, I didn't eat the whole pepper. If I ate the whole thing, your effect is going to be a lot greater than what I'm getting. So it's a nice pepper. I really like this. This would go really good with any kind of steak sandwiches, or like if you eat cheesesteak and you slice these up and put them on the cheesesteak, you're going to like that. That's actually really good. If you like hot foods, that's going to go really good. It's going to give you a real good intense heat, but not enough to really, you know, where you're going to get scared from throwing up or choking to death on it. But just be careful how you do that. Get used to using hot peppers that way. Don't just like cut up 4 Reapers, throw them on a sandwich because I said so, and then you're stuffing 4 Reapers down your stomach with a sandwich. You're gonna know that you just did that. 1 Reaper, you spread out. You start to see where your tolerance level is with it. You have to build your tolerance up, see where you stand. I could do like 2 Reapers on a steak sandwich, whereas with this, I could probably put about a half dozen of these on there and eat them and be okay with it. Reapers are a little bit more intense. So anyway, that's it. That's just your pod review for the Redgum Nagabrain by Mojo Peppers, who's not around anymore, unfortunately. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.